All right, Travis, how's it going? Bellator debut. I mean, just talk to me about fight week, everything. What's it like to be here?
Man, it's exciting, man. I'd be lying if I said I'm not stoked about the opportunity to be here for Bellator and make my debut on the main card, let alone. Yeah, man, the weight cut's been going good. The hotel has been great. You know, obviously the quarantine's overrated and stuff for me, but been through that enough. But yeah, man, everything's going good. The weight's on point, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to Friday to get in the cage.
Absolutely, man. And you've been, I believe your career started in 2010. Is that correct?
Yeah.
In the sense of professional-wise, probably even earlier in the sense of amateur and training. And to get from where you were 2010 to now 2021, making your debut in a major promotion. Just, I mean, try to put that into words.
Yeah, man, it's been a long ass road. You know, I've had injuries and setbacks, knee surgeries, and you know, I've lost tough decision fights. I've lost some split decision fight, a fight by TKO, by doctor stoppage, and you know, all these were big fights for me that, you know, could have propelled me at the time, but didn't. And you know, I've had to just keep grinding and get back at it. You know, I do professional boxing as well, so between just pushing through and grinding, man, you know, and the big thing is that with this sport, to get here, people give up too early. They feel like it's never going to happen, and I've seen a lot of really talented fighters not make it to the top just because of family or work, you know, life in general. So I'm glad that I was able to keep pushing through and make this dream come true, man.
Absolutely, man, and very deserving. Johnny Eblen, 8-0, number 5 in the middleweight division. Tough debut to draw, but in the sense, a win-win because, you know, you could propel yourself right into contention with one win.
Absolutely, man. I'm definitely looking at this fight as a huge opportunity for me to, you know, submit myself into the middleweight rankings for Bellator and get that multi-fight deal. More importantly, that's, you know, a big thing for me. But yeah, man, like Johnny's a tough guy. You know, he's undefeated. He's 8-0. But you know, he hasn't felt defeat yet. I've had to endure that and grow from it. And I think after I beat him on Friday, you know, it'll probably help him more than anything, you know. And every time I ever lost, I always learned something from it. I never learned anything from my wins other than, you know, it's just nice to be on top, man. It's nice to win.
Fun after parties.
Exactly, great after parties. You know, the hype is all on you and stuff. But you know, after you lose, man, it makes you really rethink everything. Your training, the way you look at your training, the way you look at life, and how you can manage your outside the MMA world with your personal life. And that's the biggest challenge, man, is keeping your personal goals and your fighting goals lined up, you know, because if you have different personal goals and you have different fighting goals, more than likely you're never going to reach what you want to reach.
And so with being in your debut and fighting the number 5 guy in the rankings, you come in as the underdog. I mean, I know some fighters don't like to hear it, some fighters love to hear it. They have you as plus 420 right now. I mean, what does it mean for you to be an underdog? Does that almost help in the sense of, like,
I mean, it doesn't put any pressure
wrong
on me as far as, like, you know, he's 8-0, he's expected to win, you know. I'm sure he's going to have a lot more, you know, a lot more things to think about than I'm thinking about, you know. I wouldn't say it motivates me to be the underdog. You know, I've been in this sport long enough to know that anything can happen on any night, you know. So, yeah, man, I mean, if people want to, you know, put their money on him, then because he's undefeated, then it's probably a smart bet looking at it on paper. But you know, I'm here to change that.
Yeah,
so.
And fights don't happen on paper. We know that.
Exactly.
And then come fight night, what are some of the biggest preparations in camp that have, you know, that you've been working on for Johnny?
Yeah. So I mean, he's a heavy striker. Explodes a lot. He comes forward. He's super aggressive. You know, he likes to get the finish, man. He wants those highlight reel knockouts, those highlight reel finishes. And I'm sure being undefeated and being the number 5 ranked guy in Bellator, that puts a lot of pressure on him to get those, especially when he's fighting guys like me who aren't ranked, who are, you know, first timers in Bellator. You know, that probably puts a lot of pressure on him to come out and go for the win right away. So we've been, you know, working a lot on just, you know, keeping our distance, maintaining range, not letting him crash on us. And then if he's able to do that, you know, he likes to go to body locks, takedowns, and you know, he turns to his wrestling, and he's he's a solid wrestler, so it makes sense why he would do that. But yeah, a lot of drilling of get-ups and creating space from the hips, because he likes to come in and he doesn't really pass your guard and stuff like that. He'll just sit in here and try to, like old school Tito Ortiz you from the guard and smash you up, so just working on a lot of different little things, and I'm just watching his other fights of the guys he's fought, just watching the mistakes that they made while they were fighting him, not more of what he was doing per se, but just what they weren't doing to counteract what he was doing. So that's a lot of the things we just focused on in my camp.
Absolutely, man. And last one for me is any prediction for fight night? I mean, I know you're not feeling the pressure, you're enjoying, you're taking this all in. What are we thinking for fight night?
I mean, honestly, I think an early stoppage could come. I feel like he could run into one of my right hands or left hooks or something, as he's crashing. If not, I think we try to keep the space, and I think taking it into the later rounds is going to be beneficial for me, because his gas tank starts to go down, and if I can keep him off my back and keep him off of wearing me down, then it should be a late stoppage or an early stoppage.
All right, Travis.
But I'm looking for the stoppage either way.
Thank you very much for the time, man.
Yeah.